What's up, everybody? Welcome to TSJ 101 Sports. Today we're going to be talking about WWE's final 2018 pay-per-view event, TLC. It's going to be taking place on Sunday. If you're finding us for the first time, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also like, comment on this video, and follow us on other social media pages. We're going to jump right into this because this is quite a cumbersome match card with a bunch of different stipulations and unpredictable results, so we're just going to get right into it. The first match on the card, we don't know if this is necessarily going to be in order, but it's what's listed online. So the first match is actually a mixed match challenge final between the Fabulous Truth, R-Truth, and Carmella. They're going to be taking on Mahalisha, the team of Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. This match actually has pretty big implications. The winning team in this match will not only be the mixed match challenge winners, but they will also each receive the 30th entrant in the Royal Rumble match. So the stipulations for this match just kind of went through the roof. However, it doesn't necessarily feel that way because of the two teams involved and the fact that, this entire event, the Mixed Match Challenge, it isn't aired on live TV. It's mainly aired on the WWE Network or Facebook Watch. So it's not really for the mainstream audience, which is why it's a bit of a surprise to see such a big stipulation involved. But I don't think anyone's complaining about the Royal Rumble match entry spot given to either of these two teams. It does feel like Jinder Mahal has actually grown on fans since the Mixed Match Challenge. Pairing him with Alicia Fox, his charisma has really gone through the roof, and she's done a really good job of exposing that to the rest of the WWE Universe. Then you look at the other team, the Fabulous Truth, R-Truth, and Carmella. They're just riddled with charisma from head to toe. Their dance parties are a sensation that pretty much everyone in the WWE Universe enjoys. So because of that, it's hard to see them as the 30th entries in the Royal Rumble match. I know Jinder Mahal is actually one of the highest paid people on the entire WWE roster, so that would make sense to see him get the 30th entry spot in the men's Royal Rumble match. Then you look to the other side, R-Truth and Carmella. You just know that if they do get the 30th entry in the Royal Rumble match, there will be a dance party more than likely at the 30th entry spot. What makes that possible is that Vince McMahon, he absolutely loves the dance parties that Carmella and R-Truth put on, if that wasn't apparent from the SmackDown Live 1000th episode. So just keep in mind that either of these two teams can win, and that both of these teams will do wonders with the 30th entry in the Royal Rumble match. Continuing down the list, again, we're just going down the list, but it has Seth Rollins as the Intercontinental Champion, defending his title against Dean Ambrose. This is going to be a pretty interesting matchup. It actually could be closer to the end of the pay-per-view card, if not the main event. There were rumors that this was actually a ladder match. I'm not sure if that's confirmed or not, but just something to keep an eye out for if they do decide to make it a ladder match. I know a lot of people feel that this rivalry has been a little bit underwhelming so far, but you got to understand that this rivalry, it pretty much just started, so you got to give time for the story to develop. Dean Ambrose, he did touch on why he turned on Seth Rollins, but there is still a little bit of confusion as to why Dean Ambrose really turned on Seth Rollins. I mean, he explained it. He thought the Shield made him weaker and that he was just being treated as a younger brother that's overlooked in a big family. Think of Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone, just a guy in a big popular family that is just overlooked constantly, and that's kind of where he's coming from in this rivalry. But Seth Rollins, without a doubt, is one of the best superstars on the planet right now, and so it'll be tough to see the WWE take the belt off of Seth. But again, I think Dean winning the belt is probably better for the story moving forward. So it wouldn't be out of line to see Dean Ambrose win this match. But again, Seth Rollins is just so hot right now. He's on top of the world. And so it'd be a little tough to see WWE take the belt off of who, is pretty much their main promotion as of right now. Continuing to go down the list, we have Braun Strowman taking on Baron Corbin. This will be a TLC match. If Braun Strowman wins, he will get a Universal Championship match versus Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. If Baron Corbin wins, he will become the full-time general manager of Raw and not be fired. So it does seem very much that Braun Strowman is almost a lock at this point to win the match. As a matter of fact, this match may actually be pushed to the back of the card. That way it gives Braun Strowman's character some quote-unquote time to recover from the injury Baron Corbin and others gave him on Monday Night Raw. Strowman can make his return to the arena and win in a triumphant way. It also does seem likely that Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble for the Universal Championship makes the most sense here for a few reasons. One being that you just want to have Brock on the match card at the Royal Rumble. The other is that Braun Strowman won the greatest Royal Rumble match, and so if you occupy Braun Strowman with his own match at the Royal Rumble, the odds of someone else winning the Royal Rumble match, they kind of go up. I think if Braun Strowman was in the Royal Rumble match, he would almost have to win, and WWE, I'm not sure, wants to pull the trigger. I think they'd rather save the Royal Rumble match for somebody else other than Braun Strowman. It is also very difficult to see Baron Corbin continue his role as general manager. The ratings for Monday Night Raw have been very, very bad as of lately, and that's not something WWE wants heading into their most important season of the year, which is January to April, quote-unquote, WrestleMania season. So it only makes sense that Corbin would lose his power and Braun Strowman would just get a Universal Championship match at the Royal Rumble. Continuing down the list, we have Ronda Rousey defending her WWE Raw Women's Championship against Nia Jax. It does seem that WWE is building Ronda up as this unbeatable force in the WWE. It also makes sense because people who don't follow WWE religiously, they know the name Ronda Rousey. And so she's just, at the top of the list as far as marketing goes and, just bringing a draw and a crowd to an arena or to the WWE network. I think Becky Lynch's name is up there as well. But again, people who don't follow WWE religiously, they might not know who Becky Lynch is. They know who Ronda Rousey is. So it's tough to see WWE take the belt off Rousey. It's a safe bet that she'll have the belt entering WrestleMania in April. However, Nia Jax, one of the most hated women in the division right now, thanks to a face break on Becky Lynch. So the fans genuinely hate Nia Jax. WWE might see this as an opportunity to turn Nia into a mustache-twirling villain, one of the top villains in the women's division. So it is possible that she does win, along with the presence of Tamina in her corner. But again, the star power for Ronda Rousey is just too bright to take the belt off for an event like TLC and an opponent like Nia Jax. We also have Randy Orton taking on Rey Mysterio in a chairs match. Randy Orton just continues to put his body through complete chaos in 2018. He had that epically brutal rivalry with Jeff Hardy. That Hell in a Cell match he had was quite gruesome, to say the least. And then just the brutal shots both Rey and Randy have put on each other the past few weeks. This chairs match could be very much like what we've seen from Orton this year, and that's just straight brutality. So we'll see what happens, but this has kind of just been the trend of Randy Orton this whole year, targeting, favorite superstars amongst the WWE universe, and really putting on some of the most brutal matches of 2018. We have a Cruiserweight Championship match. Champion Buddy Murphy, he'll be taking on Cedric Alexander in a rematch of what occurred at Super Showdown. In case you missed it, Cedric Alexander, he entered that match not having been pinned in 2018, going up against hometown hero in Australia, Buddy Murphy. They put on what was arguably the best cruiserweight match of 2018 up to this point, and Buddy Murphy won the title. So expect nothing less from these two in this match. It does seem that Buddy Murphy has, in the short time of being cruiserweight champion, has elevated the division as a whole, not taking anything away from Cedric Alexander, who was a great champion, but Buddy Murphy just seems to be on a little bit higher level as far as superstar status goes. The two Cruiserweight title matches that Buddy Murphy has been in were Super Showdown and Survivor Series, and both matches were Cruiserweight classics, so I don't think this is a coincidence with Buddy Murphy, and the WWE does seem sold on him. So expect Buddy Murphy to walk out as champion and could steal the show low-key under the radar. We then have Ruby Riott taking on Natalya in a tables match, which, this match could go either way. You have Ruby Riott, who has the numbers on her side. She has Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan, who could interfere in the match and really help her win. You also have the fact that Ruby Riott, she's still very young, so WWE might want to develop her quickly to put her at the top of the women's division, and a win here would do that. However, the story has been extremely dark. WWE is using Jim Neidhart's death in the story, as everyone knows, that is Natalya's father, and Ruby Riott has just been rubbing that in her face for the past month or so, and so it does seem that Natalya winning this match only makes sense just so that the story isn't so dark. But again, WWE, they are not afraid to go dark in a story if they need to, so we'll see what happens. But again, it is very difficult to see Ruby Riott win, because if she does, then that would just be a really, really dark and almost somewhat sinister result of this story. But looking at the other side of that, Ruby Riott, she has the numbers and the fact that WWE probably wants to develop her sooner rather than later. So again, this is a complete toss-up, but it is a very emotional match, especially for Natalya. Finn Balor, he'll be taking on Drew McIntyre. Don't expect a ton from this match. WWE, they do like Finn Balor because he's been in a lot of big matches this year, so they do trust his in-ring production. However, Drew McIntyre has been on a steamroll since joining the main roster. when he came in with Dolph Ziggler. So it does seem that Drew McIntyre will win this match. He's taken out people like Dolph Ziggler, Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman. So it does seem that the clues, the foreshadowing signs are there that Drew McIntyre will not only win this match, but he's going to get a very, very big push entering the new year. We also have Elias taking on Bobby Lashley in a ladder match. Now, I don't know how you win this match. I think you have to win by pinfall or submission because the stipulation is that a guitar will be suspended above the ring, and the first person to retrieve the guitar can use it as a weapon. But again, it's being billed as a ladder match. Most ladder matches, the winner whoever grabs the item that's hanging above the rim. But in this case, it does seem that whoever gets the item hanging above the ring is just going to be able to use it as a weapon. So some of the rules in this match are not clear. But when you look at the two people in this match, it does seem that Bobby Lashley needs this win a little bit more than Elias, especially if it's not a clean pinfall. So, for example, Elias gets the guitar, retrieves it, Lio Rush maybe comes into the ring, Elias uses the guitar on Rush, Lashley rolls up Elias for the win. That works for both Elias and Bobby Lashley. It builds them both moving forward. So expect that sort of result to happen. But if one of these competitors are going to win cleanly, it does seem like Elias would be a safe bet there. We also have what should be a tag team classic between The Bar, The New Day, and the Usos. A triple threat match for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. These three teams over the last decade have probably accomplished more than any other tag team in the WWE. It's kind of a surprise to see all three teams on the same show, considering how dominant they actually are. So it's kind of nice to see the WWE just go ahead and lump them all in one match for the fans to enjoy. I don't think the end result necessarily matters because either of these three teams, they can do a good job walking into WrestleMania, or even the Royal Rumble for that matter, as the tag team champions. Perhaps WWE wants to put the belts on their most trusted team during their most important time of the year, which would be the New Day. However, the Usos, they're very, very good. They're actually on probably the hottest win streak out of all three teams right now. But again, they could go in either direction for the Bar, the New Day, or the Usos holding the tag team championships moving forward. So this really is a toss-up, and one that you shouldn't really, beat your head over too much about. Just go ahead and sit back and enjoy this match because these are three of the most accomplished tag teams in the last decade and something that the fans should just enjoy being in the moment. We also have a WWE SmackDown Women's Championship Triple Threat match, TLC. We're going to see Becky Lynch defend her belt against Charlotte Flair and Asuka. This is, without a doubt, the most unpredictable match of the night. It does seem Becky Lynch is going to win because she is just on fire. It does seem likely Becky Lynch will walk out as champion. However, the fact that Becky Lynch is so hot right now and one of the most popular superstars does give us reason to believe that WWE might take the belt off Becky Lynch and strap it on either Charlotte Flair or Asuka. The reason they might do that is so that Becky Lynch would then win the Royal Rumble, guaranteeing her a spot at WrestleMania to capture her championship, which again is an event that I think is good for baby faces to capture a belt that they've been chasing. It's no secret that Becky Lynch is loved by the fans, and the fact that her VIP access sold out in less than a minute as soon as tickets went on sale, I think that spoke volumes to the WWE. They see her as a cash cow as of right now. So either way this match goes, if Becky, retains her belt or loses her belt, expect her to main event WrestleMania. So if WWE wants, they keep the belt on Becky all the way to WrestleMania, or if they want to have a little fun with the story and kind of show the fans that, we like Becky as well, and we're going to have her own story and capture the belt at WrestleMania. Expect Becky Lynch to drop the belt at TLC, but expect her to win the Royal Rumble if that does happen. And then finally, we have Daniel Bryan defending the WWE Championship against one AJ Styles. This is going to be interesting to see. I think Daniel Bryan winning is almost a lock just because of the AJ Styles contract moving forward. WWE and AJ Styles have not renewed their contract. That doesn't mean that they won't renew their contract, but Daniel Bryan is one of the most popular superstars in all of WWE. AJ Styles' future up in the air, so it only makes sense WWE just moves the belt over to Daniel Bryan. I think a lot of fans are surprised by the heel turn Daniel Bryan has, considering The Miz is one of the top villains in WWE, and all signs are pointing towards Daniel Bryan versus The Miz at WrestleMania. I don't think that's going to be necessarily true for the fact that Daniel Bryan did turn heel, and the fact that The Miz is caught up in storyline with Shane McMahon. That may carry those two into a match at WrestleMania. So we'll just have to sit back and see, but I do think that Daniel Bryan is a pretty safe bet to win this match due to the fact that he's very popular and just the uncertainty of AJ Styles' future moving forward. Once again, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any of the content that we post. We hope you guys enjoyed this video, enjoy TLC, and have happy holidays from everyone here at TSJ Sports.